Joining me on the phone now is Dr. Philip Chan. He is the CEO of CTSO Corporation. Their stock symbol is CTSO. Dr. Chan, welcome to the program.
Well, Don, thanks very much for having me back on the show.
Well, it's a real pleasure to talk to you. We haven't spoken in a few weeks, so why don't you tell our audience again what the company does?
Sure. CTSO is a critical care-focused medical device company using blood purification to treat life-threatening illnesses like sepsis, burn injury, trauma, and other deadly conditions seen in the ICU. So our first product is CTSO, which is a revolutionary blood purification technology that's now approved in the European Union that's designed to save lives of critically ill patients.
Now, I know that your company is always making lots of news. As I mentioned, it's been a few weeks since we spoke to you, so why don't you bring us up to date what's new with the company since we last had a chance to chat?
Sure. We've had a lot of progress recently, and things have been going very well. Most recently, we were very pleased to announce that we hired a new CFO, Tom Bocchino. Tom was the former CFO of New Brunswick Scientific Company, a NASDAQ Global Markets manufacturer and distributor of lab equipment that was acquired by the lab supply conglomerate Eppendorf. And so at New Brunswick Scientific, Tom helped build and manage a worldwide network of distributors and direct sales offices with more than $100 million in sales, particularly in Europe. And as we begin our expansion into Europe with sales of CTSO, this is exactly the skill set we need. So we're very pleased to have him on board. And, you know, as a global market CFO, Tom also brings significant experience as a public company CFO. And this will be essential as we look to uplist our company from the OTC bulletin boards to a national exchange, hopefully sometime this year. Hopefully sometime in the next 12 months.
Well, you just took the wind out of my sails. We have about a minute left, but I was going to ask you what you expected in 2013 for big development. So moving to a more senior exchange, that's at the top of your list?
That's one of our milestones, but in fact, as a commercialization stage company, we're actually looking to drive adoption and sales of CTSO in Europe. And so we just launched the product in Q3 of this year, and we were pleased to announce in our last earnings press release that we're beginning to see traction of our sales force with about $70,000 in revenue as of mid-November. And so we're starting to see a lot of physicians very interested in the technology. We now have more than 60 key opinion leaders interested to either use our product or use it in clinical trials.
Once again, the company is CTSO Corporation. Their stock symbol is CTSO. Philip, always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks so much for joining us on the show.
Thanks a lot.